Yes, yes, yes. What's going on, family? What's going on, guys? Good morning. Good afternoon. Hope you guys are all having a phenomenal morning or afternoon today, family. Let's see. We are live right now. We did actually just have news come out, right? We did have PPI data just released, family. And that's why we're seeing a lot of volatility in the markets this morning, especially right now. You know, the dollar is tanking, right? Indices are flying. Cryptos are flying. Gold is flying. Interesting. Let's see. Let me make sure we're good to go. Give me 1 second. Let's see. And I apologize for jumping on late, family. We should have been live. Obviously, we're trying to work on the website itself. The goal was to go live on the website, but obviously, we still got some work to do over there. So we want to make sure that at least we still go live for y'all. So apologies for jumping on a little bit late. I wish we would have been able to, look at the news as it came out. But either way, it literally just came out 4 minutes ago, so it's not that big of a deal. Let me go ahead and just turn this down a little bit. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear, family. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Drop a 777 in the chat. My phone is updating too. So drop a 777 in the chat if you guys can hear me loud and clear. Perfect. There we go. All right, good. Let's get it. Amazing. All right, perfect. So, like I said, guys, we did just have PPI data come out, which is obviously giving a lot of strength to various different assets over here. All right, so let's break down exactly why. Okay, PPI came out at 0.2%. The forecast was 0.4%. Okay, now I want to ask you guys this question. Why do you guys think these markets are rallying, right? Indices, gold, cryptos. Why do you guys think the dollar is tanking right now off of this type of release? Right? Who knows in the chat, family? Who knows in the chat? Why would the market be rallying off of something like this? Right? Remember, PPI does what? PPI measures, right, the change in the price of goods and services from the producers, right? How much is costing these businesses now to actually purchase goods and supplies that they have to use to operate business, right? So we actually seen it come out pretty much the same as the previous reading, but came out lower than what was expected. Which now we're starting to see a trend, guys, with a lot of these, inflationary data numbers. Now we're starting to see a trend of them actually starting to come down, right? We really could have actually, topped out in terms of inflation, right? Inflation really probably is under control now, or at least not fully under control, because the goal is still much lower from a CPI perspective, but I don't think it's going to go any higher based off like the data that we've seen over the past few readings. Right, but let me see what we got here, right? Means inflation for production manufacturers declining. And there it is. Cost of services good is rising. Nope, it's actually declining. Right, let's see. Positively affects equities. Yeah, Desmond, exactly, right? This coming out lower than what was anticipated is positive, right? That's a good thing, right? Again, for CPI, PPI, anything to do with anything that ends in PI, you could say, we really want to see those numbers continue to drop, right? As those numbers are dropping, that's going to bring optimism back into the markets, right? Which is going to cause these markets to absolutely go ahead and rally. Like, this thing is flying, all right? S&P is flying. US 30 is flying. Crypto is moving, right? The dollar is just getting wrecked right now, right? Euro's flying. And that's, again, based off the fact that we are seeing, PPI at least not come out as what was being predicted. All right, so very interesting times for sure, guys. Right, the markets are definitely pushing off of that release, off of this data. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the market does end up continuing throughout the day. But yeah, give me 1 second. Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na. All right, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. Let's see, let's see. Hit those likes, guys. Abel's got the sauce. I appreciate you, Lisa. Definitely go ahead and smash that like button. All right, let's see. We low-key love the family action in the background. Sensei, nah, until my daughter absolutely goes crazy, then y'all gonna be like, Abel, get that little girl out of here. We can't concentrate. Now, I know you guys wouldn't do that, but yeah, it's all my kids are getting ready for school right now, right? So it's gonna be some noise. But we do appreciate y'all, though, for tuning in. We do got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Scaglione with us today. Mr. Skaggs in the building. All right, let me see. I'll go ahead and turn down this music a little bit more. Hey, come on. All right, so now that the market is pushing, though, guys, I mean, what can we expect now, right? I mean, let's look at the dollar really quick and see what the dollar is doing. Let's see where the dollar can actually end up going to. I mean, obviously, we're about to come back down all the way to these lows right here, right? Where at this point, it seems like, I mean, the market might want to actually end up reaching that level, guys, and probably even continue. We spoke about this last week as well, right? Where we could be experiencing, guys, a shift in sentiment for sure, right? Just based off how CPI came out, now how PPI is coming out, right? We're starting to see a trend here, right? That is definitely, causing these markets, guys, to shift sentiment. And that's what we've been seeing overall. Now, is it going to last, right? Is it something that's going to be like a major shift, right? Like an ultimate shift, right? Who knows, right? I really can't tell you that because there's still a lot of data that we really have to understand and break down, right? But for the time being, guys, I'm definitely just going to continue with the flow of what the market has been doing, with the sentiment that we've been experiencing. All right, where we've been really seeing this thing, turn around, right? We finally seen, some type of relief period, guys, here in the dollar, right? Like we haven't seen this type of relief, I mean, since the beginning of last year, right? When the dollar really started this big run. So this is good. This is healthy, at least for right now, all right? And a lot of these other plays are, reacting the same exact way, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see how it does continue, especially going up into next month's CPI or next month's interest rate decision. Actually, it's gonna be interesting. All right, it's gonna be interesting for sure. All right, so let's see what else we got. So we do got the boy Ray in the building as well. All right, shout out to my team for showing up, for being here with us this morning, ready to provide you guys with massive value. Go ahead and continue to smash the like button, family. Go ahead and continue to smash the like button as you guys are tuning in. I'm personally going to be looking for some opportunities, some setups to get involved in. All right, we're going to see if we can find anything to take advantage of today. I'm not sure if the team has something that they already have on their horizons, but I'm pretty sure if they do, they'll definitely take over for sure and give their insights as to what's going on. But I'm gonna take a look at the markets, guys, and see what we got going on. Right, see if there's anything to take advantage of. Right, I mean, because again, we did see, guys, already a lot of strength coming to the markets, just off of that PPI itself. Right, but is it going to hold? Is it going to hold? Right? Is this strength that we're experiencing here for the dollar or for gold, for indices, right, for cryptos, is it going to hold? Right? That's the golden question here. Right? And I guess only time will tell, right? But if we could find an opportunity, guys, then you best believe we're going to definitely take advantage of it for sure. Right? For sure. But what I want to do is I actually want to talk to my guys, man. How you guys feeling in the chat, man? I mean, how you guys feeling, Skaggs, Ray? How you guys feeling today, my brothers? How you guys feeling? You guys feeling great? You guys feeling good? Talk to me.
Yo, yo, yo. Good morning, bro. Yeah, feeling great. Feeling great. Market continuing in my direction, so easy day for me. Um, I was exploring the idea that maybe some of this stuff fades off after this news, to be honest, but I'm really gonna need a little bit more data here in the next like 15 minutes before we try to execute on anything, I think. Um, but yeah, you guys know me. I've been a dollar bear the past month and a half. I continue to play that bias. I continue to remain long EU, long Nasdaq, long gold. Um, and yeah, it's been great. What did PPI actually come out at? 0.2. So a little decrease in PPI, add some fuel to the fire. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, man, I'm feeling great. Right, how you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Can't complain. Had a couple trade setups go good for me earlier in the week, so I took a little jab at EU a moment ago. But I mean, outside of that, I'll be honest, don't see too much that I personally like. Obviously when it comes to news, I like to take trades out of specific points of interest, which I don't see arriving. So with that, I'm kind of sitting on my hands right now. I was on here to see what you guys saw. Like, I'm in student mode today because I don't really see anything worth my time personally. But so far as the week, I'm doing good. Today, a little bit of stagnant, but we blessed either way. So, I'm chilling, man.
Mm-hmm. Let's get it. Let's get it. Well, let's see what the family's talking about in the chat. How you guys feeling in the chat, family? How you guys feeling, man? You guys feeling good? You guys feeling great? You guys feeling amazing? Or how you guys feeling, man? Because I'm feeling blessed as well. Any day I wake up, I'm always blessed. But today I'm definitely extremely blessed to be here with every single one of y'all. Again, I do want to apologize for any issues for anybody that was trying to get onto the website today. Obviously we still got some things to work on. Skags, bro, if there anything that you could do in terms of the website to update the teams, bro, because obviously you're putting in a lot of work in there, and there was a lot of people trying to log in. All right, but is there any updates in terms of the website, bro? You can tell the family.
No, I'm still in the process of migrating thing over. We're on a brand new server, so I'm kind of just seeing how it responds to certain things. So if you guys do notice it, please, log in, use it, test it throughout the day. It is currently down because whenever I go to schedule a call, just to be transparent with you guys, like I did try to schedule the call this morning, um, and I think it's having a little bit of problem. It's still expecting a response from the old server, so some stuff is still migrating. It's been a kind of a pain. We're on completely different platform now. But yeah, it'll be up and down throughout the day as I make changes. I will be making changes kind of all week. So again, it's we're still testing it out, guys. It takes a lot to get. I mean, what do we have? Like 100+ people on the YouTube right now. It's very hard to get 100+ people, all streaming a video privately, right? So like, YouTube is doing all the heavy lifting for us here. All right, we're not doing anything, but all this traffic that you guys are pulling from YouTube is a lot harder to deal with than originally expected. But it's all good. We'll get a solution. I'm working on it every day. You guys know. I did want to hijack the screen though, because there are like a few setups that I was like looking at this week that are kind of potentially triggering here. Let me just make this as big as I need to. My screen is showing on Zoom, right? Yeah, okay,
Yeah, you're
cool.
good.
So family, this is actually something I did last night. I was doing a little one-on-one session with somebody, and I was looking at EU. And again, looking at it from like a 4-hour perspective, you guys can just ignore all the nonsense over here. Um, But I've been long since 96, right? So about 800 pips ago. And we've been targeting multiple levels of liquidity, right? This was the main one we were targeting, and this is kind of like what's the secondary one. And the way I was looking at this last night, let me just get rid of like all the price action from today, is that we were like flirting, you know, with these highs all week, early week into end of last week. And with the news today, I was kind of just expecting, same thing, continuation will push through the liquidity. But the question is like really is like what happens up here? Because this is a pretty extended move. Like let's just be real, right? This is a pretty extended move. You're talking about 800 pip move without really any sort of pullback. So it's logical now that we've kind of taken the main liquidity and everybody's looking at it like, oh, there's a market structure shift is like now when we kind of fade off and kind of come back and pull back. So if we just bring like again current price in here, how do we can I just exit this? Okay. So now that we've kind of spiked up on the news, and again, the news wasn't crazy bullish for the dollar. But it was, or I'm sorry, a crazy bearish. Like PPI did decrease, but not like a crazy amount. And we expect it because of CPI. So the question again is like, I mean, this is all stuff I put on my chart last night, is what actually happens up here. It's like we've taken this liquidity, we're pushing out. Again, the buy volume that's associated with this is I mean, it's decently high. It's nothing crazy. It's kind of the average of the move. It's not really superseding this. So again, the question is like, what is happening up here, and can we like maybe take some low risk opportunity to grab, potentially 285 pips, which is a pretty big move by, typical standards, right? When I'm floating 800, it's a small, drop in the pot. I will say, so I mean, like, this is exactly what I wanted to see, right? So this is like literally here are like the notes. I don't know why I can't just drag the text, but the notes are literally, again, low volume push to the upside. Again, this is news related, so we do have more volume than probably expected. I was actually kind of hoping we do this during London, but it is what it is. We did get a high volume push. We haven't really followed through on it. Again, that 5-minute live OB or the return to the range. So we have the live OB now. The question is just like, do we play off of this? And again, like, I don't know. Do I really trust this candle? We haven't really seen a reaction from it yet, but the idea remains the same. Like, as we come up and fill this wick, or we test this OB, or as we play up in this general area, do we get like opportunities to go short, wipe out this move, return back to our range, and then play this to the downside? Like, I'm not really trying to rush into this because, again, I'm bullish on this, so like I have really no reason other than like hedging my position to get in this. But I do want to open up your guys again eyes to the possibility that if we do get pushes back up and we fill this wick and we continue to fail to break any higher today, that I would be looking to fade this off again, at least down, breaking this liquidity back into, some of this 4-hour structure. So just a little bit of an early warning. Again, I don't see anything that I want to take specifically on my entry model on lower time frames yet. I'll even grab this late if I have to. It's cool. But I will warn you guys, I think this is like at its like end of its move. We talked about this with gold too, right? Like this liquidity here to be taken. And I know Ray's gonna consider that taken because Ray, likes those little pushes into the liquidity. But again, same idea. We talked about this on Sunday, that if it pushes up into this liquidity, this is probably the end of the move, and we will probably see some fade offs back below, these old ranges back like 1700. So again, this is another like 800 pip move. Yeah, right. Yeah, about an 800 pip move on gold. So yeah, just be on the lookout. Again, I don't see anything that I want to execute off of today. We're kind of just leaving these like really ugly wicks, which if you guys know me, I'm going to expect this to fill until structure breaks. If structure breaks, we can grab some sort of retest. But until we actually move down or anything, these wicks will probably end up filling out. So those are just my updates. Again, like I think we're at the point where we can possibly expect some cells to start to develop in these areas. But yeah, I am cautious on pushing the button right now. We might again play around for the day into tomorrow. But yeah, that would be my thoughts on the market. That's all I really have. I mean, 90% of what I look at is the same idea. So yeah, let me see if there's anything in the chat. Ray, Abel, if you guys have any thoughts on that too, let me know.
Yeah, like I'm glad you said that for Euro USD because I sold it like 20 minutes ago. So
yeah, this, I mean, taking it up here would have been, I mean, it's even just collapsed 30 pips since I even said that. So
yeah.
yeah, that boy Ray eating good, huh?
Not like, I got in, I didn't get the best entry I wanted, but on the call that I started an hour ago, I do a couple Zooms, but that's actually something I was looking at because obviously those highs where you were saying that's that you have right by that low volume push. I knew that high wasn't going to send the market lower, so I anticipated we'd go bullish temporarily. And once I saw that, I started taking sales as the market started to push above that high aggressively. So, hopefully we do get that rollover and collapse a little bit. That's what I'm looking for as well. So, I'm glad you said that because it did kind of just reaffirm what it is that I'm looking for. Because like I said, this is kind of a weird morning for me in terms of like it's not my typical setup, but I was just trying to use, logic and what's more than likely to happen. So I'm glad you see it as well, whether it plays out or not. I'm glad you kind of are expecting the same things, because we are due for a retracement. You don't want to trade it, try to trade against all that momentum, but at the same time, you know, I feel like it is time for something to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like there's been a lot of people, like a lot of liquidity has been taken. Again, like I don't mind trying when we're trading like above highs like this. I mean, did we even wipe, like we might have even wiped to this for all I know. Yeah, so I mean, like there's a lot of liquidity taken recently on a crazy move. So again, like you might think that like a setup like this is, risky or this or that, but I mean, I implore you to see how risky it was me to buy here, right? By all intention purposes, especially if you go back and watch the recording, like even me, when I was taking these positions, I was looking for like shorter term stuff. Now it turned into a longer term swing because that's what I will do when the market dictates that I'm correct. But even, it's the same idea. It's like I like we like to play in these riskier areas, so to speak.
I never thought that trade was risky, bro. I was like,
I mean, every trade has its parameters, but yeah, I mean this definitely turned into something that was there's no other way to define this other than like a potentially life-changing trade. If you've never experienced something like that. But yeah, a lot of this stuff has moved. I think even like the NASDAQ is like on the same path. Yeah, like again, see, this is just playing in my areas to be filled. So look, all the areas, this is again what we talked about on Sunday, is like all of the areas that I've been targeting are being filled, are being taken. So like, do I see the ability to go the other way? I do, because again, most of my targets have been met. Now, yeah, I still have higher targets, but it's like, how long do you expect this to move in a straight line? Like we've been straight lining this thing for a while. So the probability that again that you hold, and again, maybe this isn't the ultimate high. Again, maybe you still play up here for a little bit, right? Maybe you still cycle out. That's completely possible, right? Like even when you were down here and down here, there's times where the market has to come back. Even after this, like it went for like 20 days and still almost come back and take me out. So again, do I think this is like the ultimate high? No, but I do think later in the week you're gonna see price again back down here. And I also trade away from my check marks to my hourglasses. So now that this is turned into a check mark and we still have this unclaimed liquidity, it's like the only logical thing is for me to trade from here to here. So that's really just how I see the market, guys. Let me just check the chat real quick, see if y'all are in alignment with me. Yeah, we are leaning towards gold sales. I'm just waiting for the low to get broke. Yeah, I mean, you could wait for stuff like that. I mean, if the low breaks though, are you gonna chase the break of the low? Or are you going to wait for a pullback? Because like just because a low breaks, like you gotta be careful chasing stuff. Somebody says, how can we go from 0 to 6 figures in trading? There's no easy answer for that other than a lot of data collection. Like we're big on, whatever strategy you trade with, you can make profitable. I don't care how you trade. I see profitable traders everywhere. Some are more profitable than others. Some have higher win rates than others. Some have higher risk to reward than others. But what all the successful people have in common is that they stick to their strategy. They test their strategy. They know when it works. They also know when it doesn't work. They know when to go more aggressive on it. They know when to lighten up their risk. And they know all of this because they've taken 100, 200, 500, 1,000 trades, 10,000 trades with their strategy. So that's really how you go from 0 to 6 figures trading. Again, it's not a cookie cutter answer, but it's going to be the best answer that you're going to get. I think no matter who you ask. So
that's a beautiful answer. I'm not even that's a magnificent answer.
Yeah, I mean it comes down to experience, bro. So that's the best I could do on answering that without going into like a 2-hour tangent on all the pillars of trading that you need to master. That boy Cove said risk management. That's yeah. That's right, bro. You know it. Let's see. Sniped raise in your EU cells. That boy Devin, bro. Boy Devin really be.
Listen, once Devin
I know
gets the
you messaged me, bro.
clues,
I'll get back to you. I
once
know I
Devin
got unread Instagram messages.
once Devin gets the clues, he executes with no problem. That boy don't play.
Yeah, that boy will push the button. He ain't scared to push the button. Honestly, I like that in a student because you need to push the button to learn. If you're scared to push the button, there's virtually no way that I can help you because you know I'm big on pushing the button.
That's a fact.
That's how I learned.
Hashtag push the button. We need to put it on some shirts or something.
Yeah, I used to have an indicator. Well, my phrasing is execution over analysis, right? Like again, this is all analysis. This is cute. Like if this falls and it doesn't even test up here, like I could screenshot this and I could put that on Instagram. But like if I don't execute off of it, what the hell is the point? You know, it's like really like why even do all that work? Like why predict this the night before? Um, and this was if it did fall, what I would want to see out of it. But it never did that, so which is perfect because now we can still come capture this. I'll for sure push that button and release the fear. Yeah, push the button and release the fear. I like it. Like the rush hour scene. Oh, you're gonna have to remind me. I gotta go rewatch that.
Somebody want to look
Yeah, what's
at.
good, fam? Anybody have any other charts y'all want us to check out? Or we could just keep ranting? It's really up to y'all.
You know, somebody asked for GA.
That sounds like your bread and butter, bro.
It is. It is. I'm actually welcoming GA back to the family because GA got cut off for a little bit. Not even gonna lie, but she been moving nice. She been moving that thing nice. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm liking GA right about now. I'm just curious. Was anybody able to take the sale from the live stream on Sunday? Is anybody able to take the sale from 7663 on the live stream? Type it in the chat. Or did y'all think I was playing? Well, I don't think nobody took it, man. They ain't dropping no sevens. Ain't nobody. Okay, Dante Wavy, shout out to you. Okay, freedom for felons. Shout out Margarita. Okay, bet. So, this was a beautiful trade. I mean, entry and exit, and I was glad we was able to get this because like I said, I haven't been seeing too much outside of this this week. But nice entry, nice execution. Obviously we got the high that make the new lows. So, I have my trading range. Once I pushed higher within that trading range, took out some liquidity, decided to target these lows. In targeting these lows, what actually happened is we created a strong low. So, even understanding what's going on here and seeing how we have, it essentially looks like this, right? This is essentially what happened, right? And even amongst that happening, we did create a strong low in a sense, right? Because if y'all know how I look at strong lows, we need to sweep liquidity, all right, and make that slightly lower low. So when I saw this low here, I knew that wasn't going to hold up. So when I saw the market turning bearish, I was like, okay, we're going to target this low. And I actually took a buy yesterday as well. I don't know if you guys follow me on the gram or not, but I took a buy and I'm so sick right now because I moved my buy to stop loss or to break even, my stop loss to break even. And at 4 a.m, the market literally tagged my break even and took off on a rocket. So I'm like, I'm so hot right now because I could have been playing ping pong with the markets again. Like I like when I get the sell to buys, that would have been like 500 pips already off of the both pairs, but or for both entries, but it's all good. At the end of the day, looking at GA, I'd say it's bullish at this point. I ain't gonna lie. And when it comes to what you can actually do about it, I mean, it ain't much you can do right now, if I'm just being honest. I don't feel personally comfortable taking certain sales in particular areas. There is a chance, however, there is a chance that you get this one, but I personally wouldn't take this. I would look for a buy before I look for that sell right here. I'm just giving you some possibilities right now because obviously, you have an area that could have been demand, but it failed. So now we see supply could somewhat be in control, at least a little bit. But again, when you see this low and when you also sweep these lows here on the higher time frame, more than likely the market is returning bullish. So just with that, I see this zone potentially causing a retracement. There's a possibility for that, but I don't think it'll make a new low. All right. So with that information, take what you will. I'm personally not going to take this sell, but if you wanted to take it, I could understand why. So, I could see the market potentially. I'm not going to take it, but for anybody that wants to trade GA, I could see the market potentially, dropping off from there and then finding a place to continue. We might continue from there. That's what I would like to see, but there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. Like, that's just, me being hopeful. There's no guarantee that that'll happen now. So, just with that, that's all I see for GA. All right. Like I said, me and Skags agree on EU. So hopefully, we get that. So again, if you guys caught this sale, congrats. That's all I see for right now. Like I said, the buy was beautiful, but it did take me out at break even. So I'm not in anything right now outside of a small EU sale because I wanted to take it. I just wasn't that positive on it. I'm not going to sit here and analyze it and stuff like that because I know Skags just did that. But again, that news spike had a feeling that it was going to be fake. So I did just take some opportunities on the short side. So we'll see. So that's all I got for today, y'all. Pretty quiet for me.
Honestly, I'm a hijack real quick if you're done, because
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know, guys. I wanna I just buy oil, get into oil. Let's try oil. I'm gonna just say I'm already in it. I'm playing below this candle, the liquidation of this candle. I'm not really gonna go heavy into I'm breaking this down, but I'm running my stop loss right at the low. If you want to really tighten up, you could use something a little tighter inside of here. Probably not the smartest idea. I would just use the low. But yeah, I am buying oil here.
All right, I took it with you. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I'm gonna see what's good. This is either gonna work really quickly or it's gonna fail really quickly. We should have an answer. This really shouldn't sit around here for too long if it's gonna work. This is the trade that I got wrecked on last night by not going break even like an idiot. Especially when I knew this wick wasn't gonna hold. But now it looks a lot better because again, this was lower time frame accumulation. You have the live OB at the low, switch to spring, test. Maybe we come up and clear this liquidity. Again, pushing below this lone candle. There's just a lot of reasons why I'm in this. So again, if you guys want to take it with me, again, this is a trade that I'm in. I will be targeting probably above this high here. I'm going to try to swing it because you guys know me, I'm a degenerate. But nonetheless, if you want a TP, use this high. But yeah, this is like something that I just executed off recently. If you would rather, play EU to the downside or gold to the downside, you guys could do that too, or NASDAQ to the downside. You guys could do all that too, because in order for oil to work, these probably have to correct some. So, yeah, that is what I took. That's what I'm in. We're already going blue on it, but I wanted to get that out before I was sitting here telling you that I was already in profit. And yeah, so again, don't kill me if it doesn't work. It might not, but it looks clean to me, and that's about the only thing I want to execute off of today. Um, I mean, I really do want to execute off EU and all that because, like, I'm pretty confident these are gonna fall. I'm pretty confident these are gonna run for the 300 pips, but I should have been at my desk when it was up here. So I don't know. I'm personally trying the oil. Um, I have my reasons for entering. The risk is approved by me, and yeah, whether it wins or fails, I'm riding or dying with it.
I'm
So
I've never seen somebody trade oil as effectively as you, bro. I got to give you that. Like you really put me on the oil.
I just follow a systematic process, bro. That's all.
yeah, no,
But
I'm
I
riding
definitely
with you
appreciate
too.
you saying that.
I'm in there with you too, bro. You ain't leaving me without me. You know.
If you did take it, drop some threes in the chat. I know I had to be quick and just tell you like I couldn't even really explain it. I just had to tell you to push the button because I had already pushed my button. But if there are threes in the chat, I know you guys are in with me, and yeah, hopefully this goes right to stop loss. And you guys know why I say that. So yeah, if you want to hit it, if you want to hit a quick stop loss with me, let me know.
Chill out.
That's really how I talk, though. It's really how you gotta set yourself up for the failure. It's out of my hands. Nothing I say will impact it anyway. So
Yeah, for the
all right, let's go back to the
111
chat.
people. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Oh no, no, go ahead. I was just narrating.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, for the 111 people on the call, especially when it comes to taking these trades, just because you're playing a risky game doesn't mean you've accepted being a risk taker, and that's all trading is. So when they say, oh, it might lose or it might not hit the target, it's almost like we have this nonchalant attitude. And essentially, that's really how you have to be in order to disconnect from the fear emotionally. So, take that, obviously we could show you guys technicals and stuff like that, but really take the mental attitude as well. The attitude is another thing that's going to allow you to perceive the markets in a positive way in order to see opportunity. Because if you're going into the markets with fear, you're going to put a lot of bridges and barriers in front of you before you take opportunities. So when you see us kind of like not care, that's really what it is. It's like us being able to see the markets from an optimistic perspective versus a pessimistic perspective. So I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys, like a little mental nugget.
Yeah, it's definitely a great thing to bring up. Um, shout out Devin in the chat, bro. I see you with your 0.4% or your $400. You can look at it however you want, bro. But yeah, nah, big shout out to you, bro. It's a good little day. I know you probably trading on a funded account, so that's lit. Lit. I know you like to scalp too, so you're probably in and out of that EU. I already know how you trade, my guy. Uh so I'm the stop loss hunter. Michael Bauman was what you say, bro? That sounds like a continuation message. I missed something from you? Oh, I've been in since 84.19. 84.19. Yeah, so you were playing the spring formation. I mean, if you were taking it again, because like again, this is why I love this low. This is why I jumped right into this. Is because like this again, like Ray calls this a strong low. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would imagine this is like his interpretation of a strong low. Plus, you get the live OB with the spring, and it's like, oh my god, it's like such a beautiful setup. But yeah, if you were playing that, like the break below and the close above, it's a little bit of a riskier trade. Not that I also wouldn't take the same thing if I wasn't watching, but if I was watching, I would probably take it. But yeah, it's beautiful, bro. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so oil is blue for us. Like I said, it's either gonna work or fail pretty quickly. Um, so let me give you guys some management stuff because I don't want to go over this later. All right. So how you manage this trade is gonna be entirely up to you, but I'm gonna give you the two ways that I teach that you can manage this. One is you go break even after the first break of structure. So you could use this point. I would probably use this point. They're both relatively the same price. So for argument's sake, let's just use the higher one. right? So you get a break of structure. Yay, it's moving in our direction. You go break even. Now, this is the one I don't like. I don't like this one. From a mentor, teacher, live trade caller, it's the most beneficial one for me because once it breaks this, that takes all the risk away from me. And it's like, okay, well, if you took a loss on this, that's your own damn fault. Um, However, for my own management purposes, that's not how I do things. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for a break above here. I'm not gonna try to predict where this stops, but it probably takes us liquidity too, and then we're gonna pull back. I'll go break even after we pull back, and I don't do this because sometimes price does pull back to your entry price, right? So the risk is like, yeah, it still comes down and like plays around a little bit. Um, and then I'll go break even after we break this high. So I need it to move away from my entry price. I need it to come back towards my entry price, whether it retests my entry price or stops here is all irrelevant, right? Whatever path it takes is irrelevant. But after it breaks, so it's like one leg pull back, and then once that second leg breaks above the high from the first leg, that's when I go break even because that's when you're most protected from price coming back. Now, some people are like, "Oh, well, why don't you just if price comes back and hits you out, why don't you just re-enter?" Well, it's because like I don't like to push the button, so it's either just stop me out or give me some sort of structure that's also going to protect me. If you like to push the button 10 times and like that's great, but for me, I've already pushed my button. Don't want to push it again. I don't mind if it comes back and retests my price, especially if you're gonna play with that logic. If you're just gonna re-enter when it comes here anyway, then like why even go break even? Like what's the point? Like just you might as well just take the price that you got and the rest that you got. Um so yeah, that's my logic there. But you could go either way. Once it breaks the structure, if you just want to book some profits and close it or go break even, great. If not, wait for the pullback and the break above, and then that's when I would go break even. Um so yeah, again, we'll see if this continues. Again, we are blue. This is why I was kind of rushing it. It's because again, I knew it was going to be do or die, especially on that candle. We'll see what the market gives us here at the open in about 15 minutes. But I don't really have anything else. I'm kind of upset that I missed this EU and potentially this gold. Yeah, and this gold. But yeah, that's my one trade for today. Um, Take it or leave it. Abel Ray, Kyle not on. Anybody want to take over? You all got anything you want to look at?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm in oil with you. I'm in EU, so um I'm chilling, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, likewise here. I'm chilling. I'm in oil as
Cool.
well. We're just gonna ride that thing out and see what happens.
I feel like it's
Desmond,
a
Desmond asked
solid
me,
day.
yeah, Desmond asked me break of structure on the same time frame entered. I would say, bro, my honest answer to you is it doesn't matter because the break of structure is the same on all time frames. So if I'm looking for it to break above this high, whether this is a 5 minute high, a 15-minute high, or a 1 hour high, is irrelevant. The high is the high. So I mean, like, unless you're going from the 5 minute to like the daily, then it's relatively the same high. So unless you're jumping time frames so much that it actually makes an impact, it's probably the same high. Um, but yeah, usually on the same time frame or a closely related time frame because like the 5 minute and the 15-minute chart again are mostly the same thing. You can even throw the hour; they're all intraday charts, so they're all going to display more or less the same highs and lows. Just they look a little bit different. But yeah, like on the same time frame or like I said, relatively close. So we entered on the 5 minute, but it was really like yeah, I mean, it was really off the 15-minute candle structure. But again, it's all the same. All the same. What was the EU? If you took EU sells, I don't know what Ray's take profit is. I'll let him say that. My take profit was down at 101.67. So about 280, 300 pips. And keep in mind, that's gonna take a while to get to that. So like your first TP would be like down here, like 102.60, which is only the difference of 100 pips. But yeah, understand it's not going to make that move today. It's going to take throughout the week. Let's see. Can we go over GJ? Um, does anybody want to do GJ?
Nah, I hate GJ.
What did we say Sunday, right? What the hell were we looking for? We wanted, I know we were looking for a pullback.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're looking forward to, I think, drop a little more, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
I think we could rule that out based off what we got. Um, so put it this way, guys. I'm very much bearish GJ on the weekly. However, I will say currently, again, like I'm not. I mean, I am in a sell. I'm in a sell from like up here, which doesn't help you guys. Um, if I was going to continue to get into this market though, off the 4 hour, I see like this liquidity that's nice and ripe for the taking before we continue down. Let me just delete some of all this other nonsense on my chart so you guys don't get all distracted by old levels. This is a level still to be taken as well. So is that. So we'll leave all that. Let's see. All right. My thing is, again, I want to trade from inefficient or from efficient to inefficient price action. This is all hyper efficient and made efficient here. This is all hyper efficient. This is all hyper efficient. This is like the only remaining little like inefficiency. So the already liquidity that I'm looking for is pretty good for a sell. So I would probably say my expected like new cycle will probably live inside of here, which just means like I'm not going to do anything on this until we get up here, right? We might just break into the zone. We might play with it a little deeper, but I'm not going to do anything until we take this liquidity. So if you're not already bullish GJ, then there's no trade because I don't know what you're doing trading at the highs here, right? You already broke structure today. It's already moving nice. If you're not already in this, you're probably not going to be in a trade, or you're looking for some sort of counter trend trade thing, which is not what I'm looking at. So I would expect price to move up to 167.43. Again, taking out some of these highs, taking out this liquidity, filling in this little bit last remaining of inefficiency or imbalance. And then we can produce something back to the downside. So I'm macro bearish on this thing. Yeah, unless for some reason we take out like 169, I'll probably continue to sell this. So that's what I'll be looking at. Again, though, I don't see a trade on this today. Like I see no reason to engage with this today. You could have maybe played it earlier in the week down here. Again, there's nothing really I probably would have taken down there. Didn't even fill out this wick. But yeah, I would if you're trading it bullish, definitely seek 167.50. If not, we have to wait for this to come up here. So this is just a pair that I'm not even prepared to trade. Wouldn't even be looking to execute off this. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I know Abel trades this a lot. Maybe Abel has some additional thoughts he wants to share with you guys.
Um, let's see. Yeah, I feel like it's in no man's land right now. To be honest with you, there's just there's no clear. I mean, especially for me, guys. Like, there's not that many clear setups at all for me as of right now, which is why I'm a little bit more quiet. Just letting the guys do what they do. Because there's really nothing that at least is standing out for me that's saying, yo, this is my trade. So I'm just being patient. I'm just letting the market play out, let it do what it does. I need to find more clear setups, in my opinion, for me personally to actually execute on. And I'm really not finding too many clear setups for me to actually execute on. All right, so I'm just chilling. I'm being patient.
Yeah, we are in that weird state of the market. Like you're either betting big against reversals coming or enjoying the benefits of the bull run. So
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. Because I'm stuck.
yeah,
I'm torn between what I think can happen and what actually logically could actually occur. And
yeah,
whenever that happens, I just chill. I stay on the sidelines. You know what I'm saying? I listen to people that I respect, and then I just go based off what they're saying and just see if it makes sense for me. So yeah, I'm being very patient, guys. I'm not forcing anything. I'm chilling on the sidelines until something smacks me in the face, saying like, "Yo, this is it." So I'm chilling.
I'm taking a look at something right now. Um, did you want to show anything else, guys?
Oh no, no, you can hijack. No, please.
Okay, got you, got you. Now, I don't know if I'm tripping right now, but actually, let me see something because I don't want to speak too soon. I'm just I ain't gonna lie, I don't like the higher time frame point of interest. I don't. Like I'm just being honest. But from the daily it's decent. It ain't great. But I was thinking maybe, just maybe, I can get like a scalp or something in here. Um, since we did take the high, I'm on a 1 minute looking at this. And the thing is, like, obviously, it might lose. I'm just somewhat fiending for a trade. I know that's not the right thing to say, but you know, if it works, it works. So, I'm just looking at the potential possibility of this here. See some weak lows here. I see obviously a little volume spike, I guess you can call it. Um, we got some potential. I took a sell like up here. It could drop. I'm not telling y'all have to take it. If y'all up a decent amount of pippage for the day, or y'all in oil or whatnot, by all means, just relax. I'm just saying I might take a little scalp on this just to see if I see anything, right? So that's about it for me personally, though. I'm gonna just take this little scalp, see if it can drop. I already got some positions open, so this will be very low risk, like low enough risk to where it ain't gonna bother me if I lose. But if it drops, I'll be happy that I left with something. So it's a little weird setup, but I'm just going off of a couple things that I noticed. So that's that. Outside of that, I don't see nothing else. I'm good for the rest of the day after that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Let's see, let's see. We got somebody that says they just passed their first challenge on FTMO. Let's go. Let's
Let's
get some congratulations in the chat for at the Golf Club.
let's go. Let's go, Golf Club.
First challenge down. Again, you still got that second challenge, bro. Just tighten up. Don't let the fact that it's quote unquote easier get to your brain, right? Just remain logical. Take the smart trades. Don't try to rush it, bang it out in a day. No reason to do that. You got time.
Yeah.
But big congrats.
Yo, I just want to touch on what you just said too. You said don't take the fact that it seems easier lightly, because that is so true, family. Like you pass the first phase of the test, be like, oh man, I only gotta do 5%, but then realize it's extremely harder to actually do, and it's literally just a mindset thing. It really is, right? So nah, that's dope how you said that, because people
Yeah,
overlook that.
they make it easier on purpose because it is like if you ever wondered why they do that, because if you're really trying to challenge somebody, that's not the way you do. That's not the way you do it. So they're not really challenging you on a technical level there. They're really challenging you on like a mental level because again, it's like playing a mind trick on you. It really is. So,
Hmm.
just be careful.
That's a fact. Let's see. And we do got 3 minutes till stock market opens up too. So
Yeah, we'll probably watch the open again. I mean, I'm gonna watch it just to kind of manage oil and let you guys know what I see. Um, But aside from that oil trade, I'm probably gonna wait on things like Nasdaq, Euro, Gold. Because again, guys, just because they've hit my levels, like Abel said, like I know what I want to do up here, but again, like the market is on a tear. Like you gotta be careful. Like there's no reason to, you know, especially for me. Like I'm holding all these long positions. I am still in this trade, which is a 1 to 35, and this other one, which is a I don't even know
bro, that is
whatever this
so
one.
disgusting, bro. Like, what the
This
hell?
is Yeah,
Oh,
I still hold those positions. I still hold EU, which at this point is a 1 to 52
Mm.
bro, yo, can you guys,
or
if
1 to 50, I
listen, if you
guess.
guys can find somebody, whether on YouTube, anywhere that's giving y'all 1 of 52 risk reward setups, like, let me know. Let me know, cause I gotta talk to him, cause this is insane. Like this is not normal. Well, for Skags it is, but this shit is insane.
No, don't even say that. It's it's 1 to 50s are not normal.
Bro, I've
I
seen
would say
I
normal for
s-
me is like 1 to 7s, 1 to 10s. 1 to 50s are, yeah, these are rare. They're rare that you get trades
that's
that work
insane.
out like this.
He did say life-changing trade. Stay woke.
That is insane.
Yeah, no, these are again. You guys can do the math even on the standard. What what that yields. And then keep in mind it was like a 30-day hold. So it's making that in a month off one stand. It's they're good trades.
That's a
They're good
great paying
trades.
jobs income. Stay woke yearly income.
Yeah, exactly. It's comparable to some people's yearly, if we're being
Mm.
honest.
Listen,
So
yeah, I've seen it. I've been blessed
Stay
to see.
woke.
I've been blessed to see you.
yeah, it's not a flex for the put it this way, it's not a
It's
flex for
not
the
it's not for
gram.
you
At least not
guys,
until
but
it's more consistent. Yeah, it's not a it's not an Instagram
when
flex
he
because
said
it's a
life
it's a
changing, like it really is. 1 month could really position you so much more further in life. Is crazy. But
and again it just comes down to patience and discipline, knowing what I'm seeing, being able to watch. Because to be honest with you guys, like the biggest thing about this trade is, like, I'll tell you guys, right, it's this moment right here, right? This is what where people make the mistake in like swing trading. Because like I could have very easily freaked out to the fact that my trade pulled back 350 pips against me, which at this point, I mean, like, is 75-80% of my trade. But it's like if you want those additional 300 pips, it's like I had to let the market fluctuate against me 300 to give me an additional 300. Just like I know now, like I know, like, again, I'm still targeting higher. Like I'm looking like 107.50, but like I know the market's going to have to pull back against me 200, 300 pips to give me again an additional 200, 300 pips. um so yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, once I finally close this stuff out, I'll do like a little recap video on YouTube, and I'll make like a whole video about it so you guys can get all the little lessons that are meant to be taught from inside of this on like management and whatnot. But we did get the NASDAQ open, or the indices open, I should say. So let's go see what she's doing. She spiked up and is already erasing it. What a surprise. What is oil doing? Screwing us? No, she hasn't done anything. Okay. So yeah, oil is still blue. Nas, again, I don't really want to get into sells just yet, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if we close the day down here. Just wouldn't surprise me. The least amount. So let's see what we have here real quick in the chats. We got the bunch of congrats, right? Shout out to y'all. Yeah, you guys. I mean, 1 to 35. Yeah, again, guys, they're big trades. Understand though, that's not. So I want you guys to understand something too. Is like, don't do the math of like, okay, so if he took a 1 to 35, if he risked 1%, 1% risk, then he made 35%, right? Because that's not true, right? Because the truth is, at a certain point, I closed 30% of my trade, right? So it's like I can't get that full 35% off that 1% risk because 30% of my trade is gone. So it's just keep in mind, it's not like I held the entire positions that way. I wish I did. So don't get me wrong, this is like the moment where you're like, damn, like you should have just held everything. Like, why'd you even close? But then it's the moments where it comes back and hits you break even, where you're like, okay, thankfully I closed something. So it's always a catch 22. You're always gonna have regret on whether you did or did not do something. But yeah, just be careful. Like it's not, like they're large trades, but it's only like half the original position size, which again is still, very good return. Let's go take a look at oil, make sure she's not falling off a cliff, because she probably is not falling off a cliff, but she's gonna come retest our entry, it looks like. Yeah, this is really all I have. I'm gonna continue just to kind of try to hold this and see what happens here, fam.
hmm
That's
I'm with you.
that's my trade of the day.
I'm with you. Now I have a question, Skags. What are your thoughts, especially holding a trade for that long for a month? Do you not care about the fees that are coming from a hold that long? Because I know that that's probably usually somebody's thought as well. Like, damn, I just
No, the fees are minimal.
mhm. Like it doesn't phase you at all whatsoever.
No,
Okay.
no. I mean, in terms of what it's like eating, it might be eating like 3% of the trade, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. So no, the problem, yeah, I'll tell you where the problem with fees come in. The fees, so on Euro USD is realistically never going to be an issue because EU doesn't really, the swap's not really crazy. On things like gold and silver, it can get a little crazier. The problem with what swap lies in is like when you hold a trade this long, right? And then you don't pay yourself. And if you don't pay yourself, and then it comes back like 400 pips, and like now it's back down here after holding for like a month, now it's like annoying because like it's eating a larger percentage. But when it's like all the way up here, it's like the swap on this is eating maybe like 1-2% of the trade. But if I keep holding this for like another 3 weeks, and it moves down, now it's like that original 2% up here is probably like 6% plus the additional, so it's like again, that's why the art of paying yourself matters because it once you pay yourself, the swap at that point means nothing.
Hmm.
And if you're structured right, it can even be a tax write-off. So if you're smart, it really makes no difference whatsoever at the end of the year. Um, so yeah, that would be my thoughts on swap and stuff like that.
You just
Yeah, I knew these things were gonna fall, bro. I should have just took these cells.
you just set a bar too that I think went over everybody's head in terms of fees and being able to use it towards taxes.
Yeah, I know that went over most people's head because again, most people are not even like their fees are minimal because they're intraday, so they're maybe not even paying more than $1, so they don't really care.
Of course, Devin.
Uh,
Of course, Devin knew. Look at Devin with the eyes in the chat. He's like tax write off. That's a bar. That again, obviously we're not tax professionals, but we know how to use this shit.
yeah, note before I said that too. I said structured correctly. It does not apply to all of you. Go LLC up and get yourself some different tax code rules and consult your CPAs before doing anything. Because again, I'm not your tax professional. So but yeah, stay woke.
Uh-huh. That's a bar. That's a bar. Let's see. You got your LLC. What's up? I need the sauce. I mean, is your trading account under your LLC though? All right, because if you have an LLC but it's not actually under your trading account, then there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, and if your LLC is not even under the right tax code, then it also doesn't matter.
Right.
There's a lot of things at play. Again, consult CPA. Go pay the people that it's their like. That's not my job to do that. I pay somebody to figure that out for me. So it's not even like I knew that. It was like, hey, did you know that we could do this? And I was like, say that. Well, I'll get you that information. Yeah. So oil is not looking too hot, to be quite honest with you, which is weird because everything else is falling. So you think that a little bit of strength would maybe come into this. Maybe not though. Maybe not. All right. Is there anything else in chat we gotta go over, or are we good?
We can just riding this out. Pretty much it. Let's see. You look at UJ.
Somebody asked for potential gold TP. If you're on short on gold for gold TP, um, I mean, first TP would be down by like 1750, but yeah, probably 1750. I mean, 1702 would be like really preferred, but I don't. I think gold is more bullish than what that's gonna. I would need more data before we say 1700. So let's just say 1750 for now. That's still good. Still good. 200 pips away. Aligns with EU.
Yep. Let's see. I mean, somebody asked for UJ. I mean, UJ is gonna do the pretty much the opposite of what we're expecting these other ones to do, guys. All right, so there's a lot of potential to the upside, especially off
Yeah,
of
we would
what
be
we could
we would be
see.
bullish to here.
Yeah,
That's the idea.
yeah, that's exactly where I got.
And again, you could see the same candles on all the charts, right? Just circle it on UJ. Circle it. Gold. Circle it. EU. Just targeting basic pullbacks to there, guys. That's all. All right, let's go. Oil, what are you doing, baby girl? A lot of sell volume came in on that open candle too. Question is though, do we absorb this? Doesn't look like it. Need this candle to close though. We got 1 minute. This thing ain't gonna close two up, I don't think. It'd be beautiful if we can close back up, but it's not looking likely. Yeah, bulls need to capitalize off the fact that we didn't break structure. If they can't capitalize on the fact that we're still holding structure here, it's gonna be a problem. 23 seconds. Yeah, come on, close a little stronger, baby. You need more volume though. It don't even matter if you close up if you don't have the volume. Yeah. Five minutes left in this 15-minute. Yeah, we'll have to see what this gives. I'm losing a little confidence in this though the more I watch these lower time frames. So maybe that's not the best idea. Maybe I should just stick to this 15-minute. Is everything else going up? No. So what is good with you, oil? Why you gotta be so like I should have just went short everything else if I knew you were gonna act so temperamental. Like this was 60 pips on gold. EU, I mean we could have took EU like up here for 40 pips. Yeah, why you gotta be so annoying, oil? Why you gotta do all that?
Why you gotta be so rude?
Yeah, yeah, I don't really have too much faith in this if I'm being real with you guys. But nonetheless, I'm gonna remain committed to my trade. I'll take the loss
Oh yeah.
as I deserve it.
Listen, we taking that together.
Let's see what we got in the chat.
That's what we do. Let's see.
Yeah, 1702 would be wonderful on gold. Again, as of current though, it's a little unrealistic. EU would be needing a deeper pullback for gold to go to 1702.
Let's see. They said Trump is supposed to make an
Trump made
announcement.
his announcement yet? I don't know. Did he?
I didn't even know he was speaking today.
Bro, I don't keep up with Trump. Listen,
Yeah,
I lean a little bit to the right. I like both sides. I lean a little bit to the right, but I could care less about what Trump is doing if he's not in office. When he announces, if he runs, cool. Like
I didn't even
I,
know.
I really rather he just doesn't. To be honest, I'd really rather they just find somebody better. Um, but for entertainment purposes, I'll definitely take him because this new guy is, as we say, asleep at the desk. He's not really entertaining. You know, I think he went to get ice cream one time or something. I don't know.
Bro, that's
You know, he took a bike ride and he fell.
Bro, that's
That's like,
hilarious though. You said for entertainment purposes you want Trump as president, and not even for nothing
oh
else.
yeah, it's more. I mean, it's more fun when you have a president that's like live tweeting out to like other world leaders that they need to like watch their back. Like that's just that's exciting. Like I don't know, bro. Like this new guy don't even tweet, bro. He something about inflation, something about gas prices. Like, bro, go like tweet at Putin or something, bro. Like let's get a little exchange. Like this guy's in like in a whole war, bro. We got like no tweets to Putin. Like I don't know, man. This new guy, he needs like a technology lesson or something. It's just
Yo, that is
that's my
hilarious.
opinion on whether or not Trump made his announcement.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was making an
Spring on
announcement today.
USD CAD 30 minute. Spring on USD CAD. On the 30 minute. I hate the 30 minute. Yeah, nice little spring, potential spring action with the live will be. Nice little change of character with the volume. Yeah, this looks good. This doesn't bode well for my oil trade, but nonetheless.
Shout out to that boy Cove, man. It's amazing to see a lot of you guys and see where you guys came from, to see where you guys are out now. Truly inspiring. Shout out to that boy Cove. Let's see. Do all time frames have to
Oh, is that Cove
correlate?
who called that out? Yeah, it was.
I mean, did you expect somebody else? You know that boy Cove be on it. Let's see. Do all time.
Do all time frames have to correlate in your trade in order for you to stay and be confident? Um, I mean, all time frames more or less show you the same thing. So it's like if I see something on the 1 minute and 5 minute, it just means that it's like it's leading into me being less confident on the 15 minute. So like to some degree, you're always gonna have like a time that's like a little wonky and like not really in alignment with everything. Um, but like now, if I went back to like oil's 15 minute, I'm sure it looks like way worse. I'm not sure this looks terrible. Yeah, like like so it's like I saw it on the 1 minute and 5 minute that it probably wasn't gonna hold. Now we see that clearly on the 15 minute. So it's like eventually they all come into like, agreement. I mean, and again too, like, we had this wick, like maybe we're just filling this wick. Again, like our trade still has, a little bit of hope. But generally speaking, like, it's not doing what I wanted it to do. That doesn't mean the trade's still done. Like again, we still have, we're finally getting like an actual retest to the live OB. So like we're gonna find out now if like this trade is actually valid or if it's not. Because it's literally do or die at this point. Because if this starts sinking into this order block, it's gonna get wiped. The second this starts erasing halfway through, it's gonna be a dud right away. So yeah, again, like I saw stuff on lower time frames that again I wasn't confident in, and it's now translating into higher time frames. But generally speaking, they're all gonna show you the same thing. Like we saw the 15 minute coming down. Like we knew the wick fill was probably inevitable. Again, maybe you get a little bit of hope, again under here, but it's possible. Like I said, maybe it's just not a good trade. I'm not gonna sit here and make excuses for reasons why, like, like it is what it is. It's just we had our idea, we took it, and it's not working. There's nothing else I can really say about it. We probably should have took these EUs. We probably should have took this gold. These were like much, much nicer trades. Like we probably should have took the NASDAQ. We probably could have just sold that NASDAQ open. Like here's that NASDAQ open, and like now you're dripping. So, you know, it is what it is. We're not gonna cry over like spilt milk or anything like that.
Hell no. It's a part of the game.
Yeah, trust me. I don't get those 1 to 50s without taking, a bunch of small losses first. It's just a fact. What do we think about Bitcoin? We have very different opinions about what we believe Bitcoin will do. I am very much bullish. I think you should be accumulating Bitcoin pretty heavy. Um, Not everybody agrees with that though, but that's and again, I get it. There's a lot of market fear. Like I've had a lot of people tell me like, oh, the whole FTX thing. Um, I've even had some people that were like in my Discord, same thing. They're just, they're like, oh, you don't think the FTX liquidations are gonna have a problem? It's like this is the news from the FTX liquidations. We're past that. Right? I remember I tell you guys the market doesn't trade off old news, it trades off current news. And like, yeah, things can progressively get worse with this. We understand like crypto.com is trying to get ran on. But there's additional things that people are like overly excited about. But I'm telling you, Bitcoin will move very smoothly, at least back to up here. And if not, I believe it'll even eventually crack this high. I feel like we've taken out enough liquidity now. We might get like some smaller time frame pullbacks. I did like exit my ETH position because I'm currently bearish a few pairs, but I do think that once we kind of get back under here, or even like around here, maybe even over here, this thing is gonna be able to go up again. So to be honest with you, I'm probably gonna just look at like a buy like this, um, later in the week, and we'll see what happens when it gets down there. But more or less something like that.
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking about investing, I mean, I'm a buyer all day long down at these levels, even if we do continue to go down, just dollar cost average your way back up. But in terms of trading, yeah, see, I don't know. That's why I'll be more on the sideline just because there is just way too much shit happening right now. It's just too fresh of news, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah, the thing with I mean, investing. Yeah, you guys. I mean, please do not be stupid. Take advantage of these low
yeah,
prices.
all day long.
I'll say it 1,000 times, bro. And when Bitcoin gets to 80K, 100K, 120K, you're not going to care whether you bought at 16 or 14.
Or even 10.
Trust me.
Shoot.
Or 10. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. 8. Trust me. You're
Yeah.
not gonna care. You're just gonna be thankful that you did.
Hmm.
And when the halving comes around and the Fed pivots, trust me, it'll very easily move back. All assets will recover.
You know what's? You know
Unless the
what's?
asset itself just fails completely, which would be a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
Um,
And family, again, we are gonna, and it's something that we gotta actually start really talking about, Skags. The boot camp for the crypto. But obviously, we're focused on the launch. But once we do, launch, family, we will be hosting a boot camp, literally giving you guys everything crypto related, breaking down everything, including everything that just happened with FTX and what the expectations are, and how to take advantage of it like this. So I'm excited for that for sure when we do that.
yeah, the crypto. I mean, again, we're trying to time that at a time in the market where not only is like the value on the call at like its peak, but like the value from that's available or the potential that's available in the market is also like kind of near its peak.
Hmm.
Because I want you guys to be like, I want you guys to have that information fresh in mind when it matters the most. If you do, like, if we did this webinar like 6 months ago, by the time the time that comes around where like the information is useful, you'd probably have already forgotten it, and only about 5% of you are going to go back and watch the replay. All right, so out of 100 people, maybe like 5 people get to take advantage. Whereas if we do the call at the appropriate, at a more appropriate time in the cycle, then maybe 25 30, like the majority are not going to take advantage of all the information. It's just a fact. But maybe we can get that number up from like 5%, 10% to like 30, 40, 50%. Would be like the goal. So again, like timing on the call is everything too.
Hmm.
I don't want to like overload you with information at a time that it's not useful. We want it to be useful. But yeah, you guys are going to have more than enough information to kind of go in and be able to navigate your way through the next like 2 3 years
It's crazy.
of the
I
cryptos.
I truly believe too, and I say this with confidence because we already experienced a few different cycles in this market. Like we're not new to crypto per se, like a lot
Yeah,
of
just so
people.
you know, they said they could barely hear you.
Let me see.
For the record, like so can I.
I can barely hear you. Let's see. Let me turn it up. But like I was trying to say, guys, just know, me and Skags, we've been through 2 or 3 different cycles now, right? So like, I have the utmost confidence that whenever we do this boot camp, we're going to create 6-figure, 7-figure crypto investors, guaranteed. Like, and I say that with confidence just because of the experience that we've been able to gain over this. So for those of you guys that do take advantage of the boot camp or whatever it is that we end up doing, just know it's gonna be crazy, and y'all gonna owe us a steak dinner whenever we meet up in person.
Yeah, that's a fact. I would say that boy Cole Verde owes me a steak dinner, or at the very least a ride in the Jeep. At the very least, a ride in the Jeep.
The very least, how about riding the jeep and the steak dinner together? Why not?
Yeah, that sounds good. It sounds like he should take me in the Jeep to the steak dinner. So a lot. That's just all I'm gonna say. But yeah, nah, it's for people that again take advantage of it. Um, it'll be very beneficial. Like we're not gonna give you guys no fluff. Honestly, I might break your mind a little bit.
Oh
You might
yeah.
need like 2 or 3 days to recover.
Oh yeah. Guaranteed.
Boy, Cove said both. Bet. So somebody said oil was giving a nice little reaction. You guys noticed I wasn't even looking at it for specific reasons. Let's go check back though. Let's see what is she doing. She came back a little bit. That's cute. Okay. So yeah, we filled the wick out again. We remain patient. We see what it gives us. let's not get too excited. Just, see what happens here. That's all. That's all. But yeah, looking good. That's again the only trade I'm staying committed to today, family, is this one right here. So I'm do or die on this position.
Hmm.
Let me see. Anything else in the chat, family? Anything final you guys for us? Comments, questions, concerns, feedback. Ray, you got anything? I'm gonna just make sure we're good to kind of shut down in the next few minutes here.
Chilling, man. Chilling, man.
All right. In that case, chat, I'm coming back to you. Sawson says, I'm happy with the value you guys give. Thank you. No problem, bro. No problem whatsoever. Linda says, excited about the crypto boot camp. Definitely appreciate you. We're excited to see you on there. Indices bearish, even with the holidays coming. Short term bearish, bro. Short term bearish. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I mean, just little pullbacks. Cause, look, this is what I kept telling you guys, right? That's why I stressed to you guys. I was telling you guys about the holiday rallies down here, all throughout here. I was telling you about the holiday rallies, right? Now, now up here, the rest of the market sees the holiday rally. They see it. It's all over my Twitter feed, right? They see it. They see the calls into the holidays. It's more obvious now because of so you had a record-setting day on the Nasdaq, so it's like you broke structure, you're bullish, and this is why again now that everybody sees it, now that the public's like, oh yeah, maybe we will get a holiday rally. It's precisely why the market will come and make those people rip their hair out before it continues up because again now everybody sees it. This is why I stay ahead of the market. This is why when I tell you guys I see something and everybody's like, no, 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 like that doesn't make sense. I'm like, okay, that's cool because I don't care about people's opinions. I'm trying to be ahead of your opinions. So now that everybody sees the holiday rally, yes, the market will kind of fade off as we prepare for the actual, push into like December. Um, so yeah, we are technically speaking a little bit bearish heading into those set holiday rallies because again they're obvious. When the moves are obvious to everybody, that's when they get the most annoying. So let's see. Go over EU. We went over EU multiple times. You guys could just go back to earlier in the call and you can get that same value. Go over AU. Oh, you said AU, not EU. AU is the same thing as EU. GU, please, again, guys. GU is the same thing as EU. It's the same analysis. They're gonna flow together. Let's see. Okay, retail trading basically. Yeah, in a way, yeah. Retail psychology. I would say, yeah, retail psychology versus the psychology of because very clearly the big money was accumulating down here. That's why price, is able to get absorbed below structure and stuff like that. Because this is where the big money is operating. So, again, the big money is not really buying up here as much as they are distributing shares out to people that want to buy up here because they're able to, book the profit on it. But I mean, you could apply that logic to multiple things. You guys are truly appreciated. Thank you for all that you do to assist us to be. Yeah, no problem, no problem. We're here for you guys. Remember, right? Without you guys, there'd be no point in us being here, right? If we were just streaming to ourselves, it would be pointless. So we appreciate you guys more than anything because without you guys, there is no us, there is no thousands of us, there is no viewers on the call. So we definitely appreciate y'all right back. But that being said, family, I'm good. I'm done. I'm gonna just be holding oil, see what it gives us. Again, the confidence in it is, I would say about it what it was at entry. We'll see if it holds. If it pushes back down below here, we're probably gonna get stopped out. But if we can get back up, we have ourselves a potentially winning trade. That's all I have. Abel, Ray, I know you guys are probably good. So that being said, we will catch you guys on live stream tomorrow. Stay tuned in the Telegram for updates on whether it'll be on YouTube again or in the back end. We'll keep you guys up to date. And as always, we hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day. This is Skag with Profit Society, and we are signing off.